Who is iShowSpeed? He's loud, chaotic, controversial, and everywhere online. From livestream freakouts to global football anthems, Speed has built an empire off pure internet madness. But behind the memes and meltdowns, who really is iShowSpeed? Let's break it all down. Early life. iShowSpeed was born Darren Jason Watkins Jr. on January 21st, 2005, in Cincinnati, Ohio. Growing up, Darren had a pretty normal life. He played football, went to school, and showed a love for entertainment from a young age. But what set him apart was his energy. Even in early videos, you could tell this was someone with serious presence. A kid who couldn't sit still and wasn't afraid to be loud. Like many Gen Z creators, Darren started uploading content to YouTube when he was just a teenager. He officially launched his channel in 2016, mostly uploading small gaming clips. Nothing special at first. But the grind started to pay off around 2020, when the world went into lockdown. Millions were stuck at home, and Darren saw an opportunity. The rise to fame. During the pandemic, iShowSpeed began live streaming daily. Games like NBA 2K, Fortnite, and eventually FIFA became staples of his streams. But it wasn't the games that made him go viral. It was Darren himself. He'd rage, he'd scream, he'd bark like a dog. He'd set fireworks off in his own bedroom. He was pure chaos. And the internet loved it. Clips of his wildest moments spread like wildfire across TikTok and YouTube Shorts. He became memeable, shareable, unpredictable. Whether he was falling out of a chair or accidentally showing the wrong thing on screen, people couldn't look away. The name iShowSpeed suddenly wasn't just a username. It was a brand. The character of Speed. At the core of Darren's success is the character he plays, Speed. A high-energy, over-the-top version of himself who reacts impulsively and often hilariously. Fans argue that Speed is a performance, a kind of internet clown meets superstar act, while critics say he sometimes crosses the line. Either way, the character works. He built a loyal fan base known as the Speed Gang or Speed Army, who ride with him through every controversy and comeback. Controversies. Of course, with that kind of content, controversy isn't far behind. Speed has been banned from Twitch, temporarily suspended on YouTube, and kicked off platforms like Valorant for inappropriate behavior. Incidents have included aggressive language, sexual jokes, and moments that many felt went way too far, especially considering how young his audience is. Some of his most infamous moments include screaming at a female character in VR in a way that sparked backlash, a stream where he accidentally showed explicit content live, and multiple outbursts that led to moderation issues. Despite the backlash, Darren has never been fully cancelled. He's apologized for some moments and doubled down on others, always maintaining that he's just being himself or playing a character for entertainment. Expanding into music. But Speed isn't just a streamer. He's also ventured into music. In 2022, he released the song World Cup ahead of the FIFA tournament in Qatar. The track blew up thanks to its infectious hook, football references, and Speed's undeniable passion for the sport, especially for his idol, Cristiano Ronaldo. The music video racked up hundreds of millions of views and became an unofficial anthem of the tournament. He's since released other tracks like Shake, Ronaldo, Sewe, and Dogs, mixing comedy with real production value. While critics might not take his music seriously, there's no denying the numbers don't lie. He has a legitimate fan base who enjoy every part of the iShowSpeed universe. Meeting Ronaldo. One of the most emotional moments of Speed's journey came in June 2023, when he finally met Cristiano Ronaldo, the footballer he'd obsessed over for years. After countless attempts, jokes, and viral moments begging to meet him, it finally happened in person. Speed broke down in tears. It was real, raw. One of the few times fans got to see Darren Watkins without the character, just a young lad living his dream. Business and branding. Today, iShowSpeed is not just an entertainer, he's a business. He's collaborated with brands, appeared in YouTube rewinds, and even joined forces with other major creators like Mr. Beast, Kai Cenat, and Adin Ross. He also recently started doing IRL streams, where he travels, interacts with fans, and brings his chaos into the real world. Everywhere he goes, people know him. His bark has become a literal trademark. The legacy of Speed. At just 19 years old, Speed has grown a YouTube channel to 20+ million subscribers, created viral songs with hundreds of millions of views, sparked global memes, built an empire on unpredictability. Some call him reckless. Others call him a genius. But love him or hate him, you know his name. iShowSpeed isn't just an internet.